Well, hello again. It's been a while. This video got delayed quite a bit due to the fact that we are about a month and a half into 2025 already. But I was busy, had to find the motivation to do this, and wanted to gather all my thoughts before I actually started recording. So that took a bit as well. Uh, Sorry for the crappy audio. I am using the built in mic on a laptop, so basically, it might be like that for the next couple of videos. I apologize for that, but should set up my new mic pretty soon. Once again, motivational problem. This video is kind of about 2024 and my absence. Not mainly, it's mainly for me to get it out more than just trying to explain why I was absent for so long. But we're finally here, and to not waste time, I would like to just get into why I think 2024 was the worst slash best year of my life. Um, and we're gonna start off with the first half of the year, the good, the best. Or I, why basically I liked where I was going. School was doing great. I graduated. Channel was doing way better than it ever has. I mean, still it's fairly small, but good in my eyes. I liked the progress that I have made through then. And like I said, I graduated. And was on track to college. Got major personal projects done, like The Coon season 2, and putting those together because that was a lot of fun. I love doing those. I can't wait till I can start doing them again. And also having a fairly easy job that whose hours were very flexible to help me. And that actually helped a lot as well for the second half of the year. Um, but basically, I was also on track to go to college. I had a scholarship for 2 free years of community college to study film and going into the film industry because it's like a passion for me. I really enjoy doing those and I want to start doing them again. But I don't know when or how I'm going to do them again. But we'll get into that. So, yeah, this was kind of shortened. The first whole half of the year, great. Best year. My life was doing so many things, on track for things, on to move on to my future. Um, but I hit a huge roadblock come July 3rd and the whole second half of 2024. Um, Basically, I, uh, sorry, I even have a script here and I'm still messing up my words. Uh, but before I get on to why 2020, the second half of 2024 was horrible, I'm going to give a little bit of context to my situation. I was born with quite a rare heart defect called drocosarteriosis. I am not in any place to explain to you what it is because I'm still not very good and I still don't fully understand how it works. So I'm gonna leave a description, like a description, an explanation for a definition, whatever, in a link in the description below. So if you want to learn more about that, you have resources that I provide. Hopefully, a good resource. But this is important because I ended up getting sick on July 3rd. At first, it just started and kind of came off as a kind of a big fever, um, ish. But as time went on, it did not seem to go away, and I did multiple different checkups and different clinics and a couple hospitals because weeks had gone by and I was still sick, still severely sick. And it was found to be not a fever, but something called endocarditis. Also, going to put a link to an explanation of it in the description below as well. Um, Basically, it affected my heart severely, my already diseased heart, for that matter. And um, at the end of July, I had to eventually get hospitalized to treat the sickness. Uh, I was given the chance that I would need surgery, heart surgery. Then it would be my fourth one that I've had in my life. But that wasn't. It was planned for October. That didn't really. It got expedited, or not. It increased severely to the point where it became not October, but really the end of August. I was in the hospital since July 26th, and I was on the hospital since. I got transferred to a different one, to the place that I ultimately had my surgery, because they had the tools to do it there and treat it. Um, but during said surgery, um, I don't remember this, so this is events recalled from what I got from family. Uh, because I was on some heavy drugs, anesthesia, and I do not remember a single thing. But after that initial surgery, I had essentially died. I coded, but in all technicality, I died. Um, and was without oxygen for about 40 minutes while they were doing compressions and then put me on into emergency surgery. So I had another one not so long after the first. Um, but there was found to be no brain damage, even though I was not having any oxygen going to my brain for almost an hour. No brain damage. I'm fine, which is a complete miracle. Uh, what I do remember is some surreal, dreamlike thing, trance that I was in. It had to have been while I was asleep or coding, but I'm not gonna really get into that. When I first woke up, I was immediately on heavy recovery. Um, with multiple tubes, machines and stuff hooked in and hooked into me that was helping my heart pump lots of medicines and stuff because it was not working on its own. It stopped. So it needed help. Um but Also, apologies for my voice, because that is also due to the fact that I got intubated and extubated multiple times and had other tubes going down my throat, essentially damaging my vocal cords. So that was a lot of fun. Uh, I was still in the hospital for a while, and basically, I wasn't able to eat or drink anything for about a month, which was not fun because every time I'd see water, I would want it so badly. And there was one procedure that I had to go through to do a taste test to see if I could handle eating smaller things and like drinking at with small intervals at a time, as to not, you know, choke and put me in more surgeries. But after a month, and then the taste test went well, I and had cold water for the first time in a long time, or what felt like a long time. Uh, Probably the best thing that happened to me while I was in the hospital, because it was water, and it just felt great to actually drink cold water again instead of just having stuff fed down tubes that were in my throat and nostrils in my throat, and having stuff fed down and through that. Um, Basically, I at a certain point my heart was still not doing good enough, so they had to uh, put me on a procedure to see how compatible I was with different hearts and getting a heart transplant. I had to get transferred to a different side of the hospital due to the fact that they didn't have the equipment or tools to do there. And when I finally went through that neck catheter ugh, procedure and got transferred back, um, it was found that since I had so many surgeries and my heart was so damaged, I was not compatible with barely any hearts, so it would be next to impossible for me to get a heart transplant. So I was given uh, two choices: um, to go home on hospice and uh, or stay in the hospital with um, more procedures and a long time, and probably not be able to make it. They didn't believe I'd be able to make it through another procedure, so I decided to choose to go home on hospice. They didn't know how long I had, but from the sounds of it, it seemed like I was given maybe 1 to 2 weeks when I went home in the beginning of October. But as you can see, because I'm making this video now and uploading it, I did not. I lasted much longer than 2 weeks. Uh, but basically, I want to start making videos again. Um, it was fun, and hopefully, like, get a lot of the ideas I have out, and I hope you enjoy when they do eventually come out. Happy to be back. Um, Happy to be making videos again, even if it's kind of hard for me to find the motivation to do it sometimes. But to leave this video on a more positive note and hopeful note, I had a follow-up appointment on January 15th where they found that my was heart function was a 4% increase, which is 4% more than they thought it was going to be. So, future's looking pretty good for me now. I fought through some really rough things, and this is very shortened. This is very shortened summary of that entire half of the year because there's still a lot of things I'd rather just keep to myself and it's more personal. But once again, happy to be back. Hope you guys are doing good as well. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.